Hi there. Welcome back. We are continuing Baldur's Gate with this character Violet, our Tiefling Wizard, second level. We have just gotten our companions, Shadowheart, level 2 Cleric, Astarion, a rogue, and we just met up with Gale, another wizard. Now, since we are a wizard, it's not likely we're going to need to have him with us, so at the first opportunity, we'll probably get some slab of beef to help us out and have Gale maybe join us a little bit later. Um,
Very well.
so let's go looking around. Yeah. So that moving this way. There it is.
Bet that will fit in my pack.
Always have that alt key down. Because it helps to find stuff that you might not see. In this case, we found alchemy ingredients. We actually have some. You can see, for example, you can make a potion of healing with the right ingredients. A lot of them you have to take ingredients like myrgrass and process them to become a suspension or a vitriol or whatever it is, a salt. And that will help you make this. So let's go ahead and extract all the stuff we have. And we actually unlocked two potions. Two new recipes. One for mind reading, always good. And the other one is for focus, which helps you with concentration rolls. We really don't need those right now. Oh, I see. You can go back and forth to extracting your ingredients to... Okay. I actually hadn't tried that before. I only usually hit the button one time. So let's head back to where we were going before we ran into this, which is over here. Let's look at that.
Broken. Must have been here a while.
Let's head on up. See what we can see up here. Oh, look. I see people. Now you can move your camera forward and around so you can get a better look before you actually get there. And if you press T while over them, you can actually get a look at what they look like before you're even there. So we've got another tiefling, fire resistant. Here's a nice thing that you don't normally think about, is that you can actually see what their stats are. You see the hit points, armor class, their initiative. This is probably going to be nothing because right now they're going to be moving. They're just a talking about person, so it's not going to show up. We've also got her, and oh look, it's our friend Lizelle, and look, she's the big armored side of beef that we're going to be looking for. You can see she's got some fightery kind of stuffs and a lot more hit points than most of us. Well, and that's at first level. We're second level, so she's definitely going to have more hit points than us. So let us do what we can to actually make it so we can actually have her come with us, which right now she seems to be a little bit of a
You
pickle.
think it's dangerous?
Of course it's dangerous. One of them carved up Zoru's whole squad.
So let's leave it.
And let the goblins have it? No. We take it to the Grove.
Ah, the grove. Okay.
Zoru was right. Yellow as a toad, twice as ugly.
The thing's dangerous. Leave it for the goblins to kill.
And if it escapes, how will you... Oh, a guest.
Your skull pounds in response to the prisoner's white-hot stare. Her lips don't move, yet you hear her voice.
Get rid of them.
So usually you're going to have between 3 to 5 choices. Some of them are conversational choices. Some of them are, one is always going to be leave. A lot of times you're going to have an attack. And then you're going to have ones that give you rolls. For example, you can use deception or you can use persuasion. Now, the persuasion, will kill it before it harms somebody, doesn't sound like what we want to do. We want this person to be on our side. But let's do the conversation one first.
Your words flow to her, though you never speak them aloud.
I know what grows inside you, and I know of a cure.
Remember how keen she was to leave me to die in the Nautiloid? We can't trust her.
Okay, so again, you know, as the knock down the other things, now we're down to 4. We don't want to do that, and actually we have a higher chance of deception. And that's not even counting in the fact that we can throw in guidance. So 4, 5, 6 to 9. Hopefully, we'll get a good roll. No, it's on the face of it.
She's right. Let's go. We need to check out that blast.
So you saw Gale approved, and it updated our journal, and led to more conversation.
You didn't hear it? Shook our camp good, so we came for a look.
See if we can persuade him to give us a little more information. Pretty low, so unless we roll something really bad. Oh, just made it.
Northwest. Look for Nettie. Whatever your wound, she can mend it.
And be careful. There are goblin traps everywhere.
Nymessa, come.
Enough gawking. Get me down. Never.
You see these 2 companions approved. We're gonna wait until they leave.
Observe and listen. You'll hear goblins before you see them.
As you say.
Because we don't want to take a chance on them not liking us actually letting her free. And we can talk with her, or the base is weak. Now, we could use fire. We've got our flame bolt, but that may set the thing on fire, so it's probably not the best choice. We can instead use our bow. So you've got a 100% chance of hitting it. And we knocked down 3 of the 5 points with 1 shot, so...
The tadpole hasn't yet scrambled all your senses. Auspicious. But the longer we wait, the more it consumes. My people possess the cure for this infection. I must find a creche. You will join me.
Careful. She obviously sees your kindness as weakness. Don't let her take advantage.
We definitely don't want that one, because we actually want to keep her around. We'll probably end up doing that. We could be snarky, but I think it's better to find out more information without being snarky first.
It is many things. A hatchery, a training grounds, a shelter. Githyanki protocol is clear. When infected with a...
Well, now that we've got the information.
You may as well suggest a wyvern bow to worms. The cure I offer will suffice as thanks. You are full up. Dismiss your weakest warrior.
They said dismiss because you have 4 in a party. You can only have up to 4. So whenever you have another companion come in and you've got a full party, they'll tell you to do that. And usually you can say, wait at my camp.
Very well, but heed my words. The Horned Ones mentioned a camp. One there, this Zoru, has seen Githyanki. A creche must be near. I must interrogate this Zoru. Our very lives depend on it. I will be at your camp. Do not keep me waiting.
Okay, so we've got a whole lot of quests that got updated. got get help from the healer Nettie. Find the Githyani Creche. This is now these are the quests from our companions, so we want to make sure to follow along with these as much as we can. You don't have to do them all right away. In fact, a lot of them are done as you're adventuring, but just keep an eye on what they are. So we're going to need to check that out, and we finished that. And we can go ahead and hide and make the completed quest. So, what we want to do, actually got a little damage here. Probably used up some spells. You can see we used up at least one spell slot there. Because we've got 3, and you can see 2 blue and 1 blank one. So we've used up at least one, so we might as well go and go to our camp. Now, what you can do is you can click on that button, and there, that's short rest. Restores 50% of your hit points, and that's 50% of your total, not of what you currently have. And you, certain classes get their spell slots back, and some other things happen as well. You can just go straight and do a long rest because you don't want to mess around, you don't want to talk to anybody, you just want to rest and get right back at it. Or what I do almost every time, because it never hurts, is to go to camp. Because you go to camp, and as you can say, you can check in with your companions. Your companions are not every time, but quite often have things they want to talk with you about, including stuff that's going to progress their particular storylines. Or you can do things like this where you want to switch somebody out. So let's do that. So we're here in our camp. You can look around and you see that first thing is that here's where we rest and end things up. Click on any of those things. And if you look around the camp, you can see there's areas that may or may not, interesting, be used right now. Target dummies. You can see each of your companions has their own little tent and area. You can go up and talk to them simply by moving yourself over to them. Also, the other thing you have here at camp, as I pick up something, I didn't realize it, is the traveler's chest. The chest is basically storage space where you look at your items. You can see each of the items is listed here. You right-click on them. One of your choices is send to camp. When you choose send to camp, stuff goes into that chest. So if you're out and about and you don't want to take the time to go and find a vendor to dump your trash, mark it, send it to camp, and you can do that. Add to wares. I'll tell you about that a little bit later. So let's go ahead and chat with Shadowheart, see if there's something she wants to talk to us about.
Lae'zel has a dangerous look in her eyes. Let's just hope she reserves those impulses for any common foes.
Fine. What's on your mind? You're not the kind of company I'd keep willingly, but all things considered, you'll do.
And I haven't forgotten that you saved my life aboard the Nautiloid. Perhaps I'll be able to return the favor at some point.
We don't want to separate. We want to keep her because she's a healer. I'm just working my way around the camp.
I am enjoying the latest addition to our little group. Lae'zel is delightful. In a very look at me twice and I'll dismember you kind of way, of course. Oh, what's to tell? I'm a magistrate back in the city. It's all rather tedious.
Again, we want to keep our rogue, because there, believe me, there are so many traps, so many. And locks, too. So we definitely want to keep him. Now, we are going to eventually talk to her, but we going to want to do that after we talk with Gale and get rid of him from the team. I'm just not the only one, aren't I?
A Githyanki joining our company. Not a collaboration I'd have anticipated, but a welcome one nonetheless. Let's see. I hail from Waterdeep, City of Splendors. I am a wizard of considerable acclaim and scholar of exceptional accomplishment. I have a cat, a library, and a weakness for a good glass of wine. And if the mood takes me, I'm known to try my hand at poetry. There. Certainly. That I have a great respect for privacy, for instance, especially my own.
Okay, so a lot of times when you have come to a conversation stopper and you may have inquired about something, you'll get a choice to do a roll. Now this, we may do it, but by doing so, we may actually damage our reputation. So unless there's a reason to do it, I wouldn't, because all it takes is that to be a DC higher than what we can roll, and we're done for. And here in camp, I don't think you have the option of getting guidance unless you like take control of Shadowheart, have her run over, cast it on you, and then jump back in. So we'll just change the subject. And actually, we do want him to remain in camp.
I question the wisdom of that decision, but so be it.
And just in case you did this by accident, you don't have to put them back in. You can just say that. But we're going to go ahead and...
I'll be here in the meantime, idling away the hours.
And you notice he disappeared from the list of characters. So, let's run over to Rizal.
Chatter already, Tusky. I expect I am your first. I suppose I am as alien to you as you are to me. I know of your kind, but I do not often encounter them. That large, fleshy nose of yours looks like a mistake.
We don't want to insult her.
Decadent, then. Lacking in economy. Like so much of this world and its undisciplined people. I understand much beyond your comprehension. More to the point, I know the cure for our condition. It is imperative we locate a creche. You do well to observe more and question less. Yes, in great detail. It starts with a fever and memory loss. Then you start to hallucinate. Your hair falls out, and you bleed from every orifice. Your bones will change form. Your jaw will split to allow room for 4 great tentacles. All skin will turn to gore and be shed to reveal new flesh underneath. Then you have ceased to exist, and a mind flayer is born.
Wow.
Words forged in steel. May your actions express the same metal. We must find my kind and be rid of the parasite. It's as simple as that. The first symptoms should have long since started, though. That is what puzzles me.
So each companion will like different kinds of responses, and apparently Lae'zel is very, no crap layered on top, just, straight out.
Yes, if you give it no further thought. But anomalies lead to surprises. Bad surprises. Besides, what hasn't happened may yet come to pass.
And we'll go ahead and have her
It is
bonus.
done.
And she pops up into our group. Now you'll notice when she pops up, she is level 1. We're all level 2, so we have to level her up. And that's going to happen under companion. You don't have to worry about leaving the companion behind and having them be well below your level. In general, with some exceptions, which when we run across them, I'll let you know. Everybody levels up at the same rate. So let's go ahead and actually level her up. Okay, so again, she is a fighter type, so she gets lots of hit points. She went from 12 to 20, so again, more than everybody else. And sometimes when you level up, you'll have options to choose from. Sometimes there's just things that you get. For instance, at second level for a fighter, you get action surf. It's not a bad thing. You immediately get an action to use that turn, so if you want to attack something again, you can. And we can go through and look at all of the different features. Opportunity attack, great weapon fighting, which is nice. If you roll a 1 or 2 when you're using a two-handed weapon, it's re-rolled. And our proficiency with light and medium. And these weapons, so no heavy armor for us. So again, this is just a description of what each of those are. You can see it down here, and you can see here it'll list what your stats are. The star shows you what the primary stat of that character is, and you can see the initiative and the current hit points. So we'll go ahead and just accept that. We have talked to everybody. We are added her to our group. I do want to do one more thing. We've got 5 potions of healing.
My faith will guide me.
She's got 3. She's got 2. He's got 2.
Maggots will be done.
He's got 1. So I'm going to go here and split this item into 2 different stacks. 1 of 3, 1 of 5. More than likely, she's going to get hit a lot more than me, so I would give her that. Now this is another good thing to give to her. Reason is, gives you a bonus to your armor class, advantage on dexterity saving throws, and doubles your movement speed. So you want to give her one of those. The oil of accuracy, not the best thing for her, because we're going to be giving her this, which is a burning blade. You can't exactly coat your blade in oil if it's burning. Grab that for her. So instead, give this to Star. And you know what? We may end up giving that potion to him too, because it's actually a lot better for him than it is for us. Let's go ahead and you can sort by these different categories. I do by type, so I can see all the stuff in one place. Let's go back over to her. So you can see the difference in what the blades are. You can press T to be able to move around so you can see it. 6 to 19 damage, 2 to 6 plus 1 to 4 versus 4 to 13. So clearly an advantage here. You use to be able to do pommel strike, lacerate, and rush attack, which is nice because it possibly knocks them off balance, which is good. And it doesn't provoke opportunity attacks. So you can get from one area of the battle to another and not have people attacking you. Instead, we get, that's the same, but we have cleave instead. So you can attack up to 3 enemies at once, which I think is actually going to be better. So let's go ahead. You can either drag it over to here, or you can double click, and it will switch. You can see now it release blade, and you can get information on it down here. And you can see the stuff that they're wearing. Half plate. Oh, we're looking at it from Violet's point of view. That's why it says not proficient. Let's switch it over to from Lael's point of view. There you go. And boots. Clothes. Underwear. Or like bondage gear. Okay, so now that we're done with that. Oh, whoops. Yeah, I need to
No one
switch
stopped
back
me yet.
to Violet.
One day I'll catch a break.
And you can move on to the end of the day. And what that does is that have enough camp supplies, hit points if you rest. We're going to because we need one over again hit points and those spell slots. Now you notice when we do that, it changes to where everyone is in their casual stuff. And you notice Gale is here. Probably means he wants to talk to us. Well, let's go up and find out what he wants to say.
I have something to ask.
Go to hell.
Let's go for that one.
Ha! You're a good sport. Go to hell. An everyday expression. So trivial it's almost meaningless. But we've seen hell. It's real. And it isn't trivial. Devils, dragons, mind flayers. They used to be abstracts. Pictures on a piece of paper. What a difference a day makes. Now we have tadpoles slithering through our heads like carnivorous feti. That's not abstract.
Unless somebody gives Snark to me like a Starian, I would give him back Snark. I think supportive is better for Gale.
That's the spirit. Let's be up with the lark. Find a healer before the wee one gets hungry.
Okay. Let's see if anybody else wants to talk with us. Usually if they want to talk with us, there's an exclamation point above their head. Like that one. Maybe get closer to see it. Interesting outfit.
What were you two talking about? I see. I'd be careful with Gale. He's a wizard. All they care about is power. Let's hope we rapidly find a healer.
You seem reliable. I think you know how important it is that we find someone who can cure us. Best if we focus on that.
She didn't actually get that we're a wizard too.
Good. We might even get lucky and find one right away. As I see it, we're overdue some good fortune. Rest well.
Now you notice that both Gale and Shadowheart approved. So don't think that just having a conversation with one person means whatever's going on isn't seen by everyone else. It's seen by everybody else. Let's see what Astarian's outfit looks like.
Do you mind? I'm brooding.
Their romantic hero kind of outfit.
A monster forms inside us, yet you waste time with idle chatter.
That's a heck of a top she's wearing. Alright, we talked to everybody. We should be ready to get going. As I said, you use camp supplies to do it. You can see we've got 2 packs of 40, 40, 40. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 campings worth of them. Plus we're already working on getting more. 4, 8, 12, 18, 20. So we've got half of another one. So I usually hit auto select and it'll just choose something random. And the rest. Then we'll go into the sleeping thing. This is where if your companions want to do something in the middle of the night, they'll come up to you and talk with you. You know, it automatically saves whenever you camp. It'll automatically save. I don't think these guys have anything else to talk with us, despite Dale coming over here. He just may be coming over here because he's got nothing to do.
How can I help?
That's what I thought. All right. Normally, if somebody does wish to talk with you and you leave, it'll actually warn you, hey, somebody wants to talk with you beforehand. So let's go ahead and just choose. Leave camp. And it will take you right back to wherever it was you were before. And you can now see our new lineup. So we're actually going to make a little bit of a change. We're going to pull her up higher. Just so she's higher in our list of people. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to end the video here. Hopefully you like what you've seen. If so, make sure to like and subscribe. And hopefully I'll see you again soon. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Oops, wrong button.